the Kansas City Chiefs have been deemed this villain of the NFL, right? On opening night, media night, last night, Patrick Mahomes was asked several times about what it's like to be the villain of the NFL. I was watching these interviews live, I was very, very confused by the questions anyways, and Patrick Mahomes looked very confused by the question as well, but he answered it the best way he could. And Patrick Mahomes said, and I quote, if winning football games makes you a villain, we're going to keep going out there and doing just that. So guys, what has made the Kansas City Chiefs the villain in this, in the NFL? What have they done to earn this quote villain role? Now, everywhere you look at it, I have been trolling you people over here on the Facebook page for the last 2 weeks, right? Earlier today, I said, hey, it's February 4th, and I still haven't figured out how the Kansas City Chiefs have cheated, right? And I didn't go through all those comments, but there are many of them be like, oh, it's the refs. I want to ask you guys this legit question. Guys, comment below, because I really don't have an answer. How did the Kansas City Chiefs become this villain of the NFL? I don't understand what makes you a villain, right? Now, is the success factor making you a villain, right? Because Patrick Mahomes has gone to 7 straight AFC championship games. He has only lost 2 of those AFC championship games. He's been to Super Bowl now in 5 years, or 5 times in 7 years. Does that make you a villain, being successful? Is winning football games give you the plateau, the bullseye on you to become a villain? It is not like the Chiefs are out there spying on opponents, cutting out microphones, deflating balls, using the stickums. Like, what have the Kansas City Chiefs done to become the villains? That is what I want to know. That is what I want to ask you guys in the comments below. Let me know. What do you guys think the Kansas City Chiefs have done to become villains? Alpha Rob says they should have asked Mahomes, did Allen really get the first down? Alpha Rob, you know that answer. He did not get the first down. Actually, Alpha Rob, it was the linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, I think it was. I can't remember who it was. It could have been a safety, but I was quickly scrolling Facebook or Twitter, and I saw this, and like he says, this might be an unpopular opinion, but am I the only one that thinks that Josh Allen did not get the first down? And there were many likes and many hearts on that particular thing. So, I mean, obviously that's 2 weeks ago, Alpha Rob. The time has come and gone. And of course, they did change the rules for the Buffalo Bills after losing yet again. So maybe next year you guys can win. John says the referees and the sound of 14-year-old girls screaming at Taylor Swift. That is why the Kansas City Chiefs have become the villains. So, John, you think that the 10.5 million people that will be tuning in to the Super Bowl are going to be hearing the 15-year-old girl screaming on the television? You are absolutely false on that. The referees, what did the refs do to the Kansas City Chiefs to make them the villains? Now, I'm glad you brought that up, because did you guys know that the Kansas City Chiefs are the 15th poorest team in the NFL? So they are right dab in the middle as far as profits and gains and all that other stuff, right? There are 14 other teams in the NFL that make more money than them. I have heard people say, oh, Patrick Mahomes is paying off the refs, bribing the refs, doing this, and this, right? There are other quarterbacks out there that make more money than Patrick Mahomes. There's other teams out there that make more money than Patrick Mahomes. Why are they not paying off the refs? Why are they not bribing the refs? Why are they not in the back hips and sliding them $1,000 here, $1 million here? Why are other teams and other quarterbacks not doing that if that is the case? Because we all know you're talking 2 ways out of your mouth if you believe that. If you believe that the referees are being paid off by the Kansas City Chiefs and the Patrick Mahomes, right? Stop it. Stop it. And John says it helped them get to this position. It did not help them get to the position, because if the Chiefs were doing it, John, if the Chiefs were doing it, why is not the richest team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, doing it? Why is the second richest team in the NFL the LA Rams? Why are they not doing it? John, did you know that your Raiders are the 12th worthy or the 12th highest value team in the NFL? That means they got more money than the Kansas City Chiefs. Why are they not paying off the refs in their back pocket, getting into that position? Come on, let's think logically. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Derek says, I think the teams try to beat their system and then they run down, then they run their own strengths. That D doesn't help grind all games. League of Ballers says, when you win as much as the Kansas City Chiefs have, people want to see you lose and they will do anything. League of Ballers, you are absolutely correct. If you think about this, the last 3 years in the regular season, the Kansas City Chiefs have 40 wins. On the other hand, the Philadelphia Eagles have 39 wins in the last 3 seasons as well. These are the 2 most hated teams in the NFL. Success, right? Success. And John says it's the Hunt family paying for it. The Hunt family is not as rich as Jerry Jones. The Hunt family is not as rich as Mark Davis and the Rams owner. Like, stop it. Stop it. Signman X says, anytime you are successful, they're going to hate and accuse you of cheating. They said Brady cheated too. I think all probably look for an edge, but I don't. So Signman X, you are absolutely right. When you are successful, people look to try to bring you down instead of building you up, right? That is the problem with our society, especially in this world that I live in this sports media podcasting type community. People always try to build you down instead of, hey, let's climb this ladder together. Let's take 4 of us and climb to the top. No, they're all going to try to bring down the one that's up there, and I'm trying to help you up. And you're just trying to bring me down. Just stop it. However, on the other back end of your statement, they said Brady cheated too. Signman X, Brady did not directly cheat, right? But there were many, many gates associated with the Patriots' 10-year run, right? The deflating of the balls, which I don't know why you would deflate the balls. It's harder to throw, I think, with the deflated ball, but I digress. The spy gate, the headphone gate, and the other gate, right? So there is a lot of controversy surrounding the Patriots' tenure, but we forget about that because years has passed, right? But and Signman X says they're paying the refs. If the Chiefs are paying the refs, why aren't the Raiders? Why aren't the Ravens? Why aren't the Buffalo Bills? Why aren't the Cowboys? Why aren't the Lions? Stop it. Stop it. Josh says they are no villain. It's because some people don't appreciate and witnessing greatness. Listen, Josh, I used to be one of those people, right? Back when I was in college, right? I would hate the people that were having more success than me, right? I would hate on them. But I quickly learned that, hey, if I watch this person, if I admire this person, if I do exactly what they're doing, I'm going to elevate my game. So maybe that's what the Eagles need to do. Maybe that's what the Bills need to do, and the Ravens and the rest of the fan base. Like, hey, what are the Kansas City Chiefs doing so great? How can we elevate ourselves? Right? Never ever says, when you have so much controversy surrounding your wins, it's pretty obvious. What is the controversy surrounding the wins of the Kansas City Chiefs? Never ever. Is it the referees' calls? Is it the call of the referee? Is that the controversy surrounding the wins, right? The only reason why it is so much controversy is because the Kansas City Chiefs are on so much TV and so many people are actually watching the Kansas City Chiefs game. In my comments over here at facebook.com/manhour NFL talk, my man Jameson, I like him. I like his interaction on the page, but he is the biggest Kansas City Chiefs hater. He says, they've never had a holding call in the Super Bowl ever. Well, let me ask you this, people out there in fairy tale land and paying the referee land, how many holding calls have been called on the offensive line in the Super Bowl in general? I can think of 2 in the last 4 years. So the Kansas to say that the Kansas City Chiefs have never had one called on them, Eagles never had one called them back in 2022. The 49ers had one called on them. Like, stop it. That is dumb. Next, right? All this controversy, right? Juwan Taylor consistently lining up off the ball, jumping or false starting, and like all this other stuff. The only reason why you guys are watching it is because somebody said it 2 years ago. Now, I want you to watch every offensive lineman in the league. Every left tackle, every right tackle. Every one of them now are cheating back just a little bit. Every one of them are jumping the snap just a little bit. But you don't see that because it's not on the Kansas City Chiefs, because nobody's pointing it out. But now that I pointed it out to you, I want you to watch the right tackle of the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. I guarantee you at least 50% of the time he will be too far back and he will jump the snap just a split second, right? Just a split second. I guarantee you he is going to do that, but nobody's going to say nothing. It's all going to be Juwan Taylor. Guarantee you. Is it Taylor Swift's fault that CBS keeps showing her on film time and time again? Is it Taylor Swift's fault that that the CBS does this and this? It's not Taylor Swift's fault. If anything, you should be mad at Tony Romo. If anything, you should be mad at Jim Nantz. If anything, you should be mad about CBS, right? If the Kansas City Chiefs weren't always on CBS Game of the Week at 4:25, you wouldn't be seeing Taylor Swift. You wouldn't be seeing Tony Romo gobbling Patrick Mahomes nuts. Blame CBS. John says it's to grip the ball better. That's why they deflated the balls. John, you can grip the ball better, but when you grip the ball too hard, it's harder to throw. Throw a inflated ball and then throw a deflated ball, then get at me. Demetrius says, Blunt won deflate game even if Brady didn't pass the pass. He won the game the first drive. Yes. LeGarrette Blount versus it was the Colts game. I can't remember what it was, whatever. But yeah, the Colts or the Patriots dominated the Colts that game. I believe it was the Colts game. Simon X says they all do it. I feel like they're looking for an edge, but when you're successful, they're going to look at you under the microscope. Exactly. About the Juwan Taylor thing, you are exactly right. League of Baller says, why wouldn't the Chiefs have to pay the rest when they have the best team in the league, led by the boogeyman, Patrick Mahomes? Now wrong. Never ever says, haven't there been huge calls and huge games every year? Yes, there's always that game-changing call, but never ever. Let me ask you this question, and I can ask it to Mark here on hour number 2 when the Toxic Table gets together. But let me ask you this, guys. In the first quarter, if there is roughing the passer penalty, how many yards is that penalty? The correct answer is 15 yards and an automatic first down. Let me ask you this. In the fourth quarter, how many yards is roughing the penalty passer? It's 15 yards and a first down. So what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter when the penalty is called. It's still 15 yards. It's still 10 yards. It's still the same amount of yardage and it doesn't matter. A flag in the first quarter is just as effective on the game as a flag in the fourth quarter. So all you people saying it is when the flag's thrown, stop it. That's just silly. Never ever said I'm watching because I'm a fan, not because of someone said something. I have my own eyes. And that is 100. So listen, now, never ever, I understand what you're saying. There are a lot of people out there that do follow the cheat pack, right? Like if somebody says, oh, the refs are cheating for the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to start piling on, right? Harrison Buckner thing. People said one thing about Harrison Buckner, totally false. People started piling on, right? But what you don't realize, never ever, is I can say, hey, I saw 5 red Toyota Camrys on the way to work. And then all of a sudden, on the way home, you are going to see 10 red Toyota Camrys on the way home from work. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize there's so many Camrys there. Because subconsciously, you're going to be looking for that said situation. So now when somebody said something about Jawan Taylor, about leaving a little bit early, lining up a little bit too far back, right? Subconsciously, you are watching that. Whether you want to admit it or not, we all do it. It's just the facts of life. Real McCoy says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. All teams are up to something. Real McCoy, you're exactly right. I teach my players to play in that gray area. Keep pushing the limits until the referee calls it. You got to back off, right? So yeah, I was on mute. Sorry guys, my bad. Ann says nobody is worse in the Kansas than Chris Collinsworth, aka Mahomes Glazer. Every Sunday night, he now hears a guy followed up by mentioning Mahomes and playing for the Chiefs aren't even playing. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. But guys, let's get into some Dallas Cowboys talk. Let's get in.